ードも新しいアルバムをリリースしましたドラスティックシンフォニーズです。イギリスのロイヤルフィルハーモニックオーケストラとの共演なんですが、ただ共演するだけではなく、新たにギターソロを入れ、ボーカルを入れ、あるいはプアサム・シュガー・オミーに至っては女性とのデュエット曲に切り替えていくっていうすごい内容のアルバムなんですが、いやぜひね、デフレパードのファンの皆さんにはね見てっていうか、日本公演見てこのアルバムは聴いてもらいたいです。それではジョー・エリオットのスペシャルインタビューをご覧ください。
No, we did, but through Eric. You see, what we did, Eric Gorfain is smart. Like most people in this day and age, we use technology to our advantage massively. I'm talking to you now on a laptop in a bedroom. You know, we recorded the album this way. I did some of the vocals on this very laptop, on this very microphone, and do my radio show on. That's what I sang this guitar on, you know, and stuff like that. So Eric has a keyboard that sounds exactly like an orchestra. It's sampled orchestration, so you hit a note, it sounds like 12 violins. He hits another note, it sounds like 4 violas or cellos. So he orchestrates, he writes the orchestration on his keyboard and records it, and he sends it to us as an MP3 in email form for us to audition his ideas. And we will work with him and say, this is great, and if it's perfect from beginning to end, we don't touch it. But if there's parts of it that we don't like, maybe, we'll say, can we change the middle section? It's a little too legato, or it's a little too staccato, or whatever. And we go back and forth until we get to something that we all go thumbs up. So that's our contribution, was working with Eric, but we let Eric get on with it. We didn't sit there trying to score the orchestra. That's not our skill. Our skill is to listen to one and judge whether it represents us as a band as well as it could. Eric, having worked with us individually and collectively going back to 6-7 years ago, knows us now, and so he kind of can gauge what he thinks that we want. And I can pretty much say, hand on heart, that when he delivered every score, 98% of it was bang on. We changed tiny little bits, you know, and other than that, he nailed it, you know. So that was our contribution, was being available to listen to the finished arrangements that he could then score out properly on paper, so that when we got to Abbey Road, he hands it to the orchestra leader, you know, and everybody in the orchestra gets a copy of it, and they read it like you and I would read a book. These guys are genius. So the untricked ear, they may have done 3, maybe 4 takes of each song. You and I, if we'd have been stood there, we wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between the first and the last take, because the orchestra leader might have thought, yeah, they're leaning a little too heavy on the violins. From where we stood, we would have noticed. So the fact that they got maybe 3 takes of each one just meant that when they got into the control room, they could listen through, and they could go, you know what, the beginning of this take is great, the middle bit of this take is great, so they would edit and chop and pick. So we have that opportunity to either use an entire take or chop it up from the 2 or 3 or 4 takes that they did. But they were magnificently professional. I mean, these guys, it was spine-chilling to listen to it, because what we were hearing was these absolutely classic musicians playing on our songs. This is nothing that we ever thought 3 years ago was even a remote possibility, and then 2 years ago it was suggested, and then 1 year ago we're actually doing it, you know. And it's amazing.